Hi everyone, it's Guidance in the Silence. I hope you're all doing really well. Today is a pick a card reading for you. This is pile A and this is pile B. So which one do you feel is your pile? I mean, both piles might be your pile, but have a real good think. Are you pile A or are you pile B? Very important messages for you are behind these cards, so take your time, have a think, and then click on the timestamp that suits you. See you in a minute. Hi everyone, so if you chose pile A, this is your message. So let's have a look at the cards. So it looks like you're needing to go on a journey. Now this card can mean you're going on a journey, or it can mean that you and your inner child need to go on a journey. So it could be you and a daughter, you and a son, but mainly it usually means you and your inner child need to go on a journey. You need to get in tune with your inner child, get in touch with your inner child again, going on a journey, taking a day off, doing something for you, because everything is just a bit too much. And it's time to rest and relax and just work out the next stage of your life. Because as you can see in this card, there's something that you're not quite working out, or that you need time to think about, a problem that's been causing a lot of stress in your life, or that's just stopping you from moving forwards, or just the last piece of a puzzle that you just can't quite work out. There's something that you need to sit down and think about. Going away or taking a day off is the right course of action, because as you can see in this card, you've reached the top of your game, or you're just about to reach the top of your game, but there's just something niggly that you've just got to work through to get here, to get to this stage, this place that you've wanted to get to for a very long time, and you've worked really hard to get here. Now all these cards I drew a while ago and have been asked by Spirit to bring them out into the world to help for guidance. I know there's a lot of people who've been doing the same thing. We've all been called to do our part, and this is the part that I play. Now all the messages are very important, and if I feel drawn, just because it's quite tricky to do because I'm holding onto my phone, to read you the end message so that you can see exactly how much work you've put in and why it's so important for you to take this day off, so you can have a think about the last piece that you need to do so that you can reach card number 35, the top of your game. Card number 35 says, so you have achieved your goal. Yea, you have worked so hard and been climbing up for so long, and now you have reached it. Be proud of how far you have come. Take time to look back at all the hurdles you have overcome to get here, and how much you have changed along the way. Be proud of who you are. You did it. You are amazing. And you are amazing. And this is what this card is telling you. So you need to take that day off, take a couple of days off, go on a trip, sit down, journal, work out, who you are. Those two cards sort of go together really. You can go away or have a day off to sit down and work through the last pieces that you need to do of this journey, this problem. Find the solution, put it into process so that you can become the top of your game. Because you're nearly there. You're nearly there. And this is what this message is for. This is why you picked this card reading and pile A, because this is your message. This is what you needed to hear today. I hope that helped. Take care. Like and subscribe. Hi Pile B, this is your reading. If if you chose this message. This is for you. Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. So it looks like there's a lot of things that have got on top of you. Look at this big, big pile of stuff. You're overdoing it. You've taken on too much. And now you're at the pile. The pile is so big you can't even get to the top of it. And that list looks very, very long in your hands as well, look. How has it got to this? You're thinking, how have I managed to get all of this stuff piled up so high? How have I left it to this? What can I do? Well, it looks like you need to take a break. You need to go for a walk in nature. And look, there's a magic pot on your way. Maybe you'll find your solution as you're walking, or just having a rest will make you appreciate that a lot of those things in that pile you don't really need to do. They're other people's stuff. The things that are just silly that you don't really need to hold on to anymore. And you can just let them go. Although I know silly is the wrong word, because we all want to hold on to everything, don't we? But when we have a bit of a break and we appreciate nature and realise that, you know, we've just got swamped in one little tiny aspect of our world, we start to calm down and relax and realise, actually, I could probably let go of that, and then your pile reduces drastically and you have time to breathe. Because this card is saying, you know, if you actually think about it, a lot of those things in that pile, that massive, massive pile, are not you anymore, because, you know, this card is a card of transformation, a card that says, who are you? You're looking in the mirror going, I don't even know who I am anymore. I've completely changed. I've completely transformed. You've obviously been doing a lot of work on yourself. And, you know, lots of these things are just meaningless to you anymore. Let me just, I'm going to read the cards out to you, the messages from the cards. So I drew these cards a couple of years ago, and Spirit has asked me to bring them out into the world and read the messages to you and give you guidance from them. If you need, you know, some help, or you'd like some advice, things that might just spur you along, this is why I'm here. So this card here, card 22, says, so it looks like the list has gotten so long and the pile so big. Overwhelm has set in and you need help. It's okay to realise that you have too much on your plate. Take baby steps and get help from others. Delegate and reduce the pile, step by step. Just do the basics and leave the rest for another day. It's time to rest, reset, and share the load with others. Yeah, like I was just saying, it's just got too much, hasn't it? I mean, look at that. You don't need all of that stuff. You don't need to be doing all that. It's not a one-man band. You know, one person cannot do all of that. And, you know, other people should be taking on their own things, because otherwise they're not going to grow. And you're not going to grow if you're just doing things for everybody else and not doing anything for yourself. And it's not selfish to think that. It's actually sensible and the right thing to do for your soul. You know, unless you're enriching yourself and looking after you, there's no way you have any time for anybody else, not properly. So Spirit's asking you to go out in nature today. Go on that lovely winding path through a wood. Look at all the magical things that are in the world and appreciate them, and realise that you are one of those magical things too, and that you deserve to be you and to have time to do the things you want to do. And that is not helping. So go out in nature, enjoy your day, enjoy a few hours by yourself, and it'll make you appreciate who you are and who you've become. And that, as I said before, lots of those things in that pile aren't even yours anymore, or were never yours in the first place. And it'll give you time to really assess where you are right now, your situation, reduce that pile down to free you up to just become yourself. That's your message. I hope it helped. Please like and subscribe for further readings. Be lovely to see you again if you need my help and guidance from Spirit. Lots of love. Take care. Guidance in the silence.